Hello, welcome back. Time now for business news. For that, I'm joined on set by Matthew Warren. Hello there, Matthew.
Hi, Louise.
So, European finance ministers meeting in Dublin this Friday, and they've got plenty to talk about by the looks of it.
They have, and clamping down on tax evasion has just been added at the last minute as well. This, of course, becoming a huge issue after a former minister here in France found to have lots of money in a secret Swiss bank account. Well, the pressure now in Dublin will be on Austria, because they are being pressed to share more information with other countries. Austria is the only country now opposing moves for more automatic transfer of bank information. That's after Luxembourg backed down and said it would take part. But the Austrian finance minister, Maria Fechter, is saying that she will fight like a lion to oppose those moves.
All right, and Portugal is also on the agenda.
Yes, now Portugal got a €78 billion bailout 2 years ago, but they're asking for more time now to pay all of that back. Well, let's take a listen to the Portuguese foreign minister, who was explaining why.
I think these negotiations are very important for Portugal. After 2 years of very tough efforts and sacrifices shared by all of Portuguese society, if we achieve, as we deserve, the ability to pay back our loans under reasonable rather than impossible conditions, it's not just good for the government, it's good for the country.
And the cost of the Cyprus bailout, that's on the agenda, but the cost keeps on growing.
Yes, that's right. They'll be talking about that. The cost now estimated to be €23 billion. It was €17 billion last time we looked, last week, and Cyprus will be expected to make up that difference. Well, this all comes as well as those capital controls we saw last week have been eased slightly. We can take a look at those. The amount of money you can take abroad now increased to €2,000 from €1,000. Company payments abroad as well, up to €20,000, and domestic bank transactions as well. But there's still that daily cash limit that you can only take out €300 from each day from cash points.
We're so used to seeing them queuing outside the cash points now, aren't we?
That's right.
Now, of course, those Eurozone finance ministers are meeting in Dublin, home to a low-cost airline map.
That's right. Ryanair, one of Ireland's best-known companies that's really shaken up the whole world of air travel around the world. Well, Ryanair now facing a lawsuit in Norway over claims that it treated some of its employees like slaves. More in this report from Kate Moody.
A no-frills airline with a no-frills policy towards its employees. That's the allegation by 2 former flight attendants at Ryanair. The union that's representing their lawsuit says the Norwegians were working under contracts that amounted to slavery.
People are scared, and actually we signed in a contract that we should not tell any secrets about the media.
But they have revealed some of the details of their contracts, which included no paid sick leave, an hourly wage of around €16, and the possibility of being transferred at any given moment, without notice and without relocation expenses. Employees also had to pay for their own training, uniforms, and any food or drink consumed on board. The women further allege that neither they nor their former co-workers paid Norwegian tax, despite living just outside of Oslo. The head of Ryanair sprang into damage control. He said that according to EU law, employees don't pay Norwegian tax because their company is based in Ireland, and he vehemently denied the allegations of slavery contracts.
We've never managed to force somebody to work for Ryanair. They all apply to work for us. If they don't like working for us, they would leave. They've just invented these false claims some 6 months after they were dismissed.
O'Leary also said that the public criticism of Ryanair in Norway's parliament was likely an attempt to distract the public from the layoffs and pay cuts being undertaken at the regional Scandinavian airlines. Norway's Prime Minister on Wednesday vowed never to fly with the budget Ryanair again.
Kate Moody reporting there. Well, let's get some of the day's company news. And a senior partner at the accountancy firm KPMG allegedly took bags of cash and a Rolex watch in exchange for information. Scott London has admitted to the insider trading charges. Now, the US Justice Department says he helped a friend make over $1 million on those tips, while London faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted.
Electronic books now make up a quarter of publishing revenues in the United States. That's up from just 1% share 4 years earlier. Children's books are seeing the biggest rise. Sales were up 120% in 2012.
But job cuts on the cards at Germany's Siemens. The engineering company says it will slash 3,000 posts. The axe will fall in the industry division as part of a €6 billion savings programme.
OK, Matt, talk us through this morning's markets then.
Yes, let's take a look. Well, we saw a good day of gains again on Wall Street in the Thursday trading session. Another record there for the Dow Jones, all of them up, as you can see. Retailers having a good day. And in Asia, though, it's been a bit flat. Markets moving in slightly different directions. Notice the Nikkei down 0.75%. Now, we've seen that rising consistently over the last week or so. So a bit of profit taking going on there.
All right, and our correspondents have been visiting the world's biggest inventions fair. This sounds very intriguing.
Yes, now let's see what you make of this. Now, this takes place in Geneva, in Switzerland, every year. Now, it's a collection of inventions, both big and small. Now, France 24's correspondent has been there to take a look for us. This is Victoria Morgan, who's gone along, seen what's on offer, and sent us this report.
So here in Geneva, you have a little bit of everything, from shoes, whose height you can choose and change, to much bigger inventions. Geneva is packed with big ideas this week.
This is a magnet motor using only magnets.
It is the first solar cooker in the world that is very portable and lightweight.
And according to the inventor, 12 minutes of lying in the ISIS will give you the benefits of 90 minutes sleep. RoboScan from Romanian company MBT can X-ray aircraft in 30 seconds and can spot objects that are just 5 millimeters long. Like most investors here, they're looking for investment. After all, they've spent a lot on the prototype.
€8.5 million in 5 years of hard work, and we estimate a selling end-user price of 3.5 million per unit.
Customs officers are not allowed to open the technical compartments of an aircraft to check if there's any contraband in there, so this device has vast practical application. Another invention that's getting a lot of attention in Geneva is the Yildiz magnet motor, named after its Turkish inventor. Why is this motor special?
Because this motor is using free energy. No input, no pollution.
If you have a reliable motor, you just need a turbine and then you can generate electricity. And that's what's generating interest here. Organisers say invention is a far better way to boost the economy than austerity and cutbacks. Happily enough, it seems that when times are hard, we put more effort into inventing.
Fascinating stuff, Matt. Well, staying with inventions, and I believe a row has blown up between France and technology giant Apple.
Yes, now this is over an app created by a French startup that's been banned from Apple's own app store. Now, this app's called Appgratis. It lets users try a new app for free each day, but Apple says that contravenes certain of their rules, including one that doesn't allow app providers to promote other apps. A little bit complicated, but anyway, it's all enraged the digital minister, Fleur Pellerin. Let's just have a listen to what she had to say.
I'm asking Apple to be a responsible company. Apple is a cool company that's well organized, present all over the globe. It's a very big company. I'm asking it to behave ethically in conformity with its brand image, to its supposed values, so I hope that it will resume dialogue with Appgratis to see whether commercial and technical solutions are possible, so that it can be listed again in the App Store.
All right, so clearly a little controversy here in France, but taking us back to Dublin, Matt, where those finance ministers are meeting, and the central bank has slipped up over a new coin.
Yes, a bit embarrassing this. Now, they've issued a special €10 silver coin to commemorate one of the most famous Irish writers, James Joyce. It uses a line from Ulysses, his most famous work, but there's a slight problem. This is what the coin looks like. An extra word has been added to the quotation on that coin. There's a rogue VAT sitting in there. Well, the Irish Central Bank has apologised for the mistake. It's come clean. It says that the error's regretted. But then they sort of said, well, but it should be noted the coin is an artistic representation of the author and text, which I think is... they should have just stayed with the apology, I think.
Oh, they should have got a journalist to do it, because of course accuracy is everything, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Matt. Matt there with our business news. Stay tuned, more news and headlines coming up.